We are live. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I don't want to hold you guys up. I know Wednesday's hump day. Everybody's had a long day. So let's go ahead and get this started. Do you guys have a problem with being in a saturated market or having a lot of competition? Maybe you think that your products and services are basically is fits in too easily with other services and what other people have to provide. Or maybe you feel like you just don't have what it takes to compete with anybody else, right? So, oh, hold on, let me get Silver in here. All right. So we're going to talk about what the issue is and what we can start doing to correct that. Okay. All right. So this is a quote from Andrew Carnegie. He is a he was an industrialist and a philanthropist. But basically, his quote right here says, "And while the law of competition may be sometimes hard for the individual, it is best for the race because it ensures the survival of the fittest in every department." Okay, so just like you can see here, it's good to have competition, but you have to make sure that you're built for it. Okay, so this is going to help us start the foundation of being built for this competition. Just to let you guys know, I am Nadrea Miller. I am an engineer turned coach. Just to give you guys a quick background, math was my passion. I love math. I used to always say, and sometimes still say, if math was a person, I would marry it. Okay, but it's not. So I did pursue engineering. That's where I got my undergrad degree in. And then when I was graduating with my engineering degree, I got my first taste of entrepreneurship. I was a consultant for Mary Kay, and then I ended up doing ACN. I'm still am a consultant for Mary Kay, and I also dibble and dab and day trading and investing and do a lot of networking marketing. Basically, that's the team hitting me up right now. But basically, I am a true believer that you need to have multiple streams of income, but most importantly, you have to be living your passion. Okay. And then the reason why I decided to go down this life coaching path is because I've always wanted to be a teacher. I knew when I was 5 years old that I wanted to be a teacher. Okay. And so I was influenced to do this by a show called By Felicia. And I saw the show when I was going through my MBA. I was like, why is the show called By Felicia? This is something from Friday. Let me check it out. Ended up being two Black girls over here coaching women on the West Coast how to live their best life. So I was like, wait, people get paid to actually tell people how to live their life? I mean, I do that already without getting paid. So let me go ahead and see what I can do to, insert myself into this industry. So I received my certification in 2017 and then later got my MBA, and I began testing strategies immediately. I applied them to both my life and people I'm very, very close to. And I just seen nothing but success. And I'm like, okay, let me try to get my strategies out there for a lot of other people so we can all continue to be elevated. So just to let you guys know, my signature program is called the Elevator Experience. I use this program to help you elevate your life, your career, and your business within 90 days. Basically, I help you clarify what you want. We come up with a strategy for how to get it, and we complete the right actions to get it as well. And then also, I'm going to teach you how to maintain this new status while you're taking on more, because we're entrepreneurs. As we hit one level in life, we want to continue getting better and better. And therefore, you have to be able to take on more weight so you could be able to being the new and more better improved you. Okay. Okay, so let's go into the market saturation. This is the issues of heavy competition. So basically, you have your same products and services that you're seeing out there. For instance, like a mango butter, hair butter. How can you compete with all of these other hair products? Maybe there's a low barrier of entry. So like there's a lot of ways that people can start up a business, but most easily you have your laptop or internet. That's all you need to really start a business. So you have everybody just starting businesses, and it's like, whoa, how can I keep up? How can I stay up to the pace? And then on top of that, there's so many different platforms. Like it's really hard to really figure out what platform you should be on. And I actually forgot one. We have Instagram, we have Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, which is taking over Periscope next month. And then we also have LinkedIn. And then now we have Clubhouse. So how do you know which one you're supposed to be on? Okay, so, and then on top of that, when you get on one, how can you start incorporating what you do to position yourself as an expert in your field? All right, so let me move this out the way over here. So now you're going crazy, right? You start inserting yourself into various platforms. You go to YouTube, you do Instagram, you do Facebook, you get on Clubhouse, you go to sleep while on YouTube. Like you got too much going on. So you just feel like you're trying to keep up, but you really can't keep up, right? And then you try to stay competitive by lowballing yourself. So you start offering the lowest prices that you can on your products, and you start overextending yourself with what you have to offer in the first place. And then you start connecting with everybody that you know, and people get like so tired of you because you're not only hitting them up, but you're hitting up their friends and their friends' friends, right? So then this leaves you being overwhelmed, stressed out, tired. You easily get distracted. You're not really building your true fan audience. You're not charging the rates that you should be charging, which means you're really staying broke because you're putting all this money into your business and you're not receiving anything upfront, right? And then at the end of the day, people are blocking or avoiding any type of conversation with you because you're trying to force a product or a business onto them, which is like, okay, I know you're my sister, but I really don't want to do any business with you. Like I don't have the type of income. Can I just get a family discount? No, we're not here. We're not going to be doing family discounts. Like you are going to charge the rates that you should be charging what you're worth being charged for. The fix, what can you start doing to correct this problem? Now, this is all, I know it's a lot, but I'm gonna break it down and I'm gonna show you how we can start implementing stuff by the end of next week. All right. First, if you guys can come off the camera, I want to see your faces and your hands and stuff, or you can try to raise your hand on Zoom. But I want to know, do you guys think your message or what you have to offer to your audience is clear? Like, you have your product, you have what you want to do, but is it clear to your audience what type of impact you're going to make? Who are you? Do they know who you are? Or do they just see your products? Like they just know, oh, okay, she has all these taxgrams on her Instagram, but I don't know who this person is. I don't know if they're fake or spam. I don't know. What, and then do they know what you do? Are you doing too much? Are you showing like, oh yeah, I do hair, but I also do, I have my YouTube channel, and then I also do coaching, and then I also do trading. Like, what are you really trying to get to them to buy? Okay. And then most importantly is how can you or your product or service help your customer base? Yes, you have a wonderful product, but what can you do in order to help them out? What is your product going to do in order to help them be a better person? And then does your audience trust you? And this is where consistency comes into key place. So like you might not think something as small as having a schedule, which is really why I'm very big on you identifying your priorities. But if you are not consistent and you don't show up for yourself on a consistent basis, how do you think that's going to translate to your audience? Okay. All right. So we're going to focus on building 2 platforms at a time. All right. The 2 platforms are the primary and the secondary. Your primary is something that you control. This is your website, your blog, YouTube. I say YouTube because it's a great video platform. It's connected to Google. There's a lot of benefits of being on YouTube. But there's nothing more like saying that you have something in control if you have a domain that you own for a website. Okay, so that's why it's very important to have websites no matter what you do, or a blog. Secondary media is your IG, your Facebook, your Twitter, your LinkedIn, your Clubhouse. Anything else that doesn't allow you to have main control is a secondary platform. Because those secondary platforms, they can shut down and you will have no access to your clients at all. Like your customer list is just gone out the water, okay? Next, this ties into your consistency, setting your time blocks, right? So I'm just giving you guys my example of what I do. So I know that I have control of me not being so crazy and not getting overwhelmed or distracted. I have strict times, days that I get on certain platforms. So Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, like you guys, for the most part, you guys know I have a YouTube channel. Those are the days I'm on YouTube. I do not get on YouTube any other day unless everything off of my strategy board right here is crossed off. Today I have just this training to do. So technically, after I do my Instagram post, I can get on YouTube. But I am, at the same time, you got to take in consideration your personal concerns as well. Also, you have your I have in the morning I check messages from secondary, and in the evening I upload new posts to the secondary. So that's why you guys see me kicking off stuff at night. So it's really important to first identify your priorities and then make your schedule for how you're going to reach your audience on a consistent basis around your priorities in those time blocks, right? And then when it comes to making sure you are not, lowballing yourself with your rates, you need to remove those mind blocks that's going to allow you to set competitive, which is like the same rates or higher. And I'll go into later why, if you guys notice, there's 3 asterisks behind some of these. And this is basically so we're going to touch more onto this new workshop that we have coming up, right? And then next is we have to find the right avenues for your audience to reach you. All right. How do you know where your audience is? How do you know that what you're saying is going to attract your audience? So this is where it really ties back into number 1, clarifying your message, because if you don't really clarify your message, you won't know how to really target your audience using their language or their words. Okay. All right, making good timing. All right, so just to let you guys know, there is going to be an upcoming workshop. But before we get to the workshop, I want to take a deep dive into your businesses to see exactly where you're at. So when we do the workshop next week, you're able to run, okay? This upcoming workshop is going to be a 3-day workshop. It's very intensive. But just to let you guys know, this is not for if you're just on the fence about starting a business. Like you already know, I want to start my business and I'm ready to go. This is not for you if you are constantly coming up with excuses. And this is not for you if you cannot put away at least 1 hour each day to work on your business at a minimum. This is for you if you are ready to be that real CEO of your business. If you're willing to put in the work to build your business and your brand, or willing to get over those mindset blocks. The mindset blocks is what's really stopping us from like going through those fixes and those corrections to those issues that I mentioned earlier. There's a lot of things that we do. We work on mindset and self so you can be able to elevate and grow your brand. Okay. All right. So this is the title of the next workshop, Ready, Set, Elevate Your Business. As like I said, this is a 3-day workshop. We're going to clarify your brand. We're going to immediately start helping you build your customer list. We're going to also start a continuous feedback loop so you can always be engaging with your customer list and building your platform. Start building that trust for your audience so people can really know who you are and what you can do for them and how you can like continuously show up for them. Okay. Also, I'll go through how you can get all of this started for free. So your website, your social media engagement, reaching out and attracting your customers, you can get started with like no money down. And I'm going to run through all of that next week. All right. So is this something that you guys are excited for? Because I know I'm very excited for this. Who's excited for this?
I am.
Take yourselves off of mute. Let me know because this is something that we all need, okay? Especially if we're ready to elevate our business to the next point. And I'm also going to start seeing and watching. I already been watching you guys, but I'm also going to start watching to see just how motivated you are for this, okay? Because I have some other stuff coming up in a couple weeks, but this is going to kind of it's going to give you the second foundation. There's also the lower foundation that we'll cover, which has to do with the mindset, but that workshop is going to come into place on the 20th. I believe it's the 20th, it's a Saturday. Okay. And that's where we're going to really focus on your mindset because our mindsets, like we really have to retrain and brainwash ourselves because we're so used to being told negative stuff about ourselves and what we can and cannot have, right? So we're going to jump into Q&A time. Real quick, do you guys have any questions about what I just went over?